As I mentioned in a segment yesterday, there have been media outlets in other countries, national foreign media outlets, that have spent time this week talking about Donald Trump's deteriorating mental state. UK, Russia, Australia, and several others since then have all talked about the fact that the President of the United States is not quite all there. Meanwhile, American media outlets are basically, just sleepwalking through the whole thing. A couple of them starting to pick up a little bit more and more, but certainly not the way that international media outlets are. So, the reason I bring that up is because a new poll came out this week that shows that a plurality of Americans, 45%, now believe that the White House and Donald Trump are in fact covering up some pretty serious health problems that the president is suffering. Here's what it says. The latest YouGov Economist poll conducted between May 23rd and 26 among 1,660 adults found that 45% of respondents felt Trump had not at all or not very been transparent about his health. 42% said the opposite. So not a big gap. 45% say yes, he's covering something up. 42% say no, he's not. But that does make for a plurality. Almost half the country says this guy's hiding something from us. Maybe it's mental, maybe it's physical, maybe it's a combination of both. But as we all know, back in April, he, of course, did his, physical, and doctor came out and was like, oh my God, he's the healthiest human being. This shouldn't even be able to happen. But it did happen because this man who's never exercised in his life is visibly overweight, just great health. Except, of course, for the fact that he is on blood thinners, he's on an aspirin regimen, which means he could be, subject to a heart attack at any given point, which is why you go on an aspirin regimen. He's on cholesterol medication. But, he's totally perfectly healthy. Nothing wrong with him at all, except that he has to take these pills every single day, or else he could die. Yeah, that sounds like a totally healthy individual with no problems whatsoever. But he aced his cognitive exam. It was the Montreal Cognitive Assessment, which mental health professionals say does not rule out dementia. It basically is used to determine who is no longer capable of functioning on their own and needs round-the-clock care. Trump aced it, and that's not uncommon. People with dementia can ace it. And of course, people with these advanced, degenerative diseases, whether it's Alzheimer's or dementia, they can have exceptionally lucid moments. They can have lucid spans that go on for days. Or they could be better in the morning. By the evening, things get a little more hazy for them. So this cognitive assessment basically means nothing. The medications that he is on definitely do mean something. And I think a lot of the public, based on this polling data, clearly understand that. They're not being forthcoming. They're not telling us everything that's going on. But that's their prerogative, right? They don't have to release any of it. And the fact that they continuously release health reports about Trump that say, oh my God, he's the healthiest person that ever lived, tells us, yeah, you're hiding something. You can at least be a little bit honest. Like, hey, yeah, he's going to make it 4 years. Don't worry about that. He's got some blood pressure issues. He's got some cholesterol issues that we're monitoring and treating with, medication. So he should be okay. That's what you say. But if you're going to come out and tell us that this elderly gentleman who's never exercised in his life with an overhanging belly that we can all see, tell us that he is perfectly healthy, I can't believe anybody buys it. I can't believe 42% of the public says, no, he's not hiding anything. Yes, he is. Whether it's severe or minimal, doesn't really matter. Something is being hidden. And because he works for the public, we kind of have a right to know about that. Thank you, everyone, for your continued support of us here at Fair and Balanced. And I want to introduce something completely new. We have now opened up memberships for our fans. And by signing up and becoming a member, you not only get exclusive early access to each day's videos, so you will get to see them a day before the general public, but You will also qualify for badges, emojis, special little icons. So please, we encourage everyone, if you want to help support the channel, please think about signing up and becoming a member. It is your support that helps keep us going. So thank you all very much. Check out the perks of membership, and I hope to see you all as members very soon.